So over the last 2 trading days, I have made $15,000 and I have lost $15,000. Over the last 2 trading days, I have made basically no money. However, I do not judge my performance in the markets and as a trader based off of P&L. I judge my performance based off my precision and accuracy of entry points and the ability to read price action. And over the last 2 trading days, I could very confidently say that my entry and my precision has not been correct. My ability to read price action and stay patient for entry points has been bad. And I want to go ahead and use today's video to showcase what problems I've been having and what is the very easy fix that I need to make to get back into that precision entry and stop having to sit through drawdown and stop putting myself in high stress situations. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the charts today. This is going to be a little bit more of an informal video, more about today's price action, some things I see myself needing to work on, and hopefully it will be educational for you guys. So this is the QQQ chart over the last 4 trading days, and today felt like a very stressful and difficult day. That was definitely the case before the move started to happen, right? Before the move that actually was valid and actually provided real action started to happen. There was a period of time today from around open to around 11 o'clock, so about the first hour and a half of the market was very stressful, very choppy, high volatility, crazy candles back and forth, which induces stress, emotion, and makes you make bad decisions. I personally did not wait for that to clear out. I did not wait to see the real move start to occur. I tried to anticipate the move. Now, here is why I think I have tried to anticipate the move. When you are so confident in something occurring, you almost get in before it starts to show, right? You are so confident that your game plan should work that you start to enter before it actually starts to work, right? And this is a problem of anticipation and a problem that I encounter in my trading every so often, right? I get a very confident idea. I get very confident in what I think should happen, and I enter the position before I should enter. This puts me in high-stress environments, which leads to sitting in drawdown, which leads to sitting in things that make you emotional, right? The price action before the trade actually works out will start to make you think that you're wrong, start to make you think that you're too early, that you should exit, right? All these thoughts and emotions start clouding into your brain while the trade that you're originally looking for is still setting up, right? It's still there. It's still setting up. You're just entering it too early. And this is something that I battled with today very, very aggressively. And so when we look at this QQQ chart, my idea today was to get a pullback long to a previous day high, right? And so that's a very common thing to look for when you are gapping up in the pre-market and you are opening the day above the previous day high. Now, full transparency, my level today for the previous day high was right around this 486 level. If I zoom in here, you guys can see day over day, we did have a wick high of day yesterday at $486. We also saw a pre-market hold at $486. And so I figured today, after waking up to a gap up here at the 200 daily moving average on the QQQ, which is around 491, I figured let's wait for a pullback back to previous day high, and let's see if that becomes a beautiful pullback long opportunity, and I started to enter near that 486 level. I entered before it actually started to look like it was going to reverse. That was mistake number 1. Now, the mistake number 2, which is a little bit of garbage in, garbage out on my side today, was that the high of day, while it was exactly 486, the actual strength was not really until this 484 level. So we can go back on our charts and we can see 484, 484. We can see this pre-market from yesterday at 484. And we can see majority of the price action, if I go down to the 5-minute chart, majority of yesterday's price action took place right here at 484. So I was entering into positions at this 486 level, looking for the pullback long opportunity, while the 486 level was not the level that ended up holding. It was 484. So this 2-point area really messed me up, right? Because I knew that my idea was valid. I wanted to look for that previous day high to turn into a new long opportunity on a break and retest setup. So I was still trading my setup. I knew my thesis. I was trying my best to stick to this thesis, but I was entering slightly early without confirmation, right? And so if we go into this 5-minute chart today and we look at the morning price action, we basically were stuck in this morning downtrend throughout the first hour and a half of the market. We traded down into the 486, and we started to get, in my eyes, a reason to try a long at the 486 level. So let me go ahead and drop down into the 2-minute chart. Right here, you guys can see that we came into 486, we popped higher. I did not enter here. We dropped down below the 486 and reclaimed right here. This is where I first entered my long positions today. I figured that a hold here and a reclaim back above the 486 level, which was that exact high of day from the previous day. And if I go ahead and turn on my indicators here, you'll see that I have a green line, which indicates previous day high. You can see right here, that is the dark green line that's running across your screen. So I saw us have a little trap below previous day high, right? We got right back above it, and we started to see buying step in above that 486. So I went ahead and I entered long, looking for that reversal, break and retest of previous day high. Now, while this is a valid trade attempt in my eyes, a few things that I could have waited for, right, and stayed more patient on. Number one, I likely should have waited for the downtrend to break, right? While we did reclaim 486, we still did not break that downtrend. And you can see that that downtrend is exactly where we rejected once again. What else did I not wait for? I did not wait for a reclaim of VWAP, which at times is a very, very important thing to wait for, right? So two things that I did not wait for here on this chart, right, while I entered on a reclaim of my previous day high level. So, it's a hard battle here. It's really difficult because on one point, I like that entry point. I think it's a great idea where you reclaim previous day high after a little bit of a liquidity grab below it, and you look for that reaction back to the upside and seeing if there's trap sellers down below that previous day high right here. I thought that was a fantastic trade idea. And on most days, it is. But during this time, we were in the mix of high uncertainty. We had Trump's speech coming out. We had a lot of things going on. So there was reason for me to take a step back, stay patient, and let this actually start to break out, right? Let this actually start to move higher. Now you can see ultimately I did get stopped out of this trade as it moved under down into 484 where this actually started to hold up. And 484, when we look at this in hindsight, it was actually the easiest day, right? When we actually look at this price action in hindsight, this is actually one of the easiest pullback longs you could have caught today, right? Look at the 484 level. Look at this previous high from yesterday. Look at the pre-market lows from yesterday, and look at the absolutely perfect pullback to 484, giving back this pre-market froth right back into this high, and just a perfect hold at 484, right? So what I did today and what I need to work on is not getting myself wrapped up in that morning action, which I did. I got myself wrapped up in this morning pullback, trying to take that long, anticipating what I figured would happen, which did happen, but I entered too early without confirmation, which took me out of the trade incorrectly, right? A very, very important topic and a very important thing that a lot of us traders do, even after 12 years of trading. Now, I didn't let that make me not get interested in the trade after the fact, right? So we saw 484 hold. We started to get the breakout. We broke the downtrend, which was great, and we broke above VWAP. So once I saw that 484 hold and start to actually get aggressive off of that level, I started to watch my NASDAQ futures. Now, right here, you guys can see, and if you were part of the live stream this morning, we had a very key level at 20,125. This was also a very key rejection intraday today. So we saw a double top rejection at 20,125 while we were in that downtrend that I was trying to enter into. We also have this very clear pre-market low at 20,125. And so when I saw the NASDAQ futures break this downtrend, break back above that VWAP level, and start to show me a retest hold right here at 20,125, I re-entered my position. And I made back all of my money and then some. Now, here's the key point of today's video, right? It's great that I came back. It's great that I made my money back. And I'll go ahead and sign into my broker real quick after I explain this. I did not need to encounter these losses trying to enter that long on this pullback into these levels that I figured would hold. I did not need to put myself through that. All I needed to do was let that morning action take place, let the bounce actually start to come in, and let the reclaim show me where my entry would be, right? On top of this, we also were watching the S&P 500 futures. This was another big reason why I entered my positions once again. If we look at this S&P 500 futures, look at the previous highs here on the S&P, right here and right here on the S&P. That is exactly 56.55. That is the exact low of day today. So if I would have been more patient not to put myself in this chop and wait for that bounce to actually start to come in at previous day high, which was the original thesis, and allowed the market to start to move higher, not feeling like I needed to catch it right away, take a look at the absolutely perfect hold over 56.90. This is where I took my long on the SPX. I should have let the market pull back the previous day high, let it start to show me that it was going to bounce, show me the reclaim back above the previous rejection points, and catch my break and retest setup. If I would have avoided this noise and just traded this move, I would have doubled my P&L today, and I would have avoided so much stress. It's not about not understanding my strategy. It's not about not knowing what to look for. It's about staying patient for confirmation to come in and staying patient for the market to actually start to work towards your goal, right? Us as traders, us as humans, we love to anticipate. We love to try to catch it before it starts. We like to be right? And that human tendency will always creep in. Now, as a trader for 12 years and as someone that's made over $1 million trading, I have clearly done well avoiding these tendencies over my years. But it doesn't mean we're invincible. It doesn't mean that they still don't creep in, right? And we need to do our best every day to suppress and suppress and suppress those emotions and feelings when we enter the markets. They will always float back up. It's just natural. Every day that market opens, those feelings float back up. And if you fall to it, if you fall and you succumb to that pressure, you will put yourself in negative situations. Today could not be a better example of my game plan and my thesis working out to perfection, but entering in early, trying to anticipate, incurring losses due to that, and then once it started to actually work, being one of the easiest trades in a very long time, right? This is a easy trade. Highs, break, retest, long. Perfect. It's a perfect trade. If I would have just waited for that, today would have been a much different story and a much less stressful day. So I hope that you enjoyed just this quick recap, guys. It's just a quick video to sort of make you understand where I'm at, right? And the problems that you're going to have in trading, the reality that you're going to experience in trading. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and now, while I just keep the video rolling, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my broker so you guys can see my performance today. So pulling that up right now, I'm going to pull up my E-Trade. And up on the screen, you are going to see my E-Trade account right here as it loads. So we're loading into this E-Trade account. And I'm going to go to my performance, and I'm going to go to my DesiTrade account. So you can see month to date. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Month to date, we are up $21,000. Today, we are up $16,000. Yesterday, if you guys follow me on socials, you saw I lost $15,000. So I have basically put myself back into the same situation I was 2 days ago. I've made back my losses. So I've had a good day today, and I traded the SPX, I traded NVIDIA off 116, I traded Meta, and I traded Tesla. On NVIDIA, I actually did what I should have done, right? NVIDIA, I waited for the full pullback to 116, which was the exact game plan that we had in the pre-market live session. We wanted to pull back to 116, and that was the only trade that I actually waited for it to happen, right? And nailed it perfectly. But if I would have done that with my SPX, this number would probably be more like 20,000, 30,000, right? But unfortunately, that hurt me today and put me through that ringer of an emotion and just a wild day today. So that's the video I have for you guys. A real quick one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you feel like I'm trying to give you real opinion and real education and things that I actually go through. So if you liked it today, press that like button, subscribe to the channel. If this is something that you deal with, make sure to comment down below, and I'll try to reach out and help you the best I can. Thanks again for watching once again. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.